This is Angus and Cara on my lap when they're getting along. It's really hard for me to video them because obviously they're on my lap and I'm very short. I'm only 5'1". And even though they're just little Pomeranians, they take up most of my lap. I'm talking quietly because I don't want to disturb the little lions. Angus is wearing his skirt. Cara's a good girl, so she doesn't have to wear a skirt or a diaper. She doesn't do her pee-pee in the house. And they're in their lion cuts right now. So that's why their backsides are shaved short. And then they have their full tails. And then they have their full mane. And Angus has his tail, of course, all the way up on my chest. And then he's shaved and has his skirt. And then he's bare. And then he has his big mane. Oh, Angie. What do you think, Angie? Right now they're eating their dingo bones. That's why they're being so good. And they've sat down with me for the first time this morning. That's usually when they're in their good zone, on their best behavior. Cara hasn't tried to kill Angus yet. Angus isn't growling. And to my note that Cara hasn't tried to kill Angus yet, believe it or not, she's actually quite an aggressive little Pomeranian. Though the videos may show otherwise, Cara is afraid of other animals. She gets along well with people. She loves people. She's actually very, very good with children. She's very patient. She will let them pick her up and, do all kinds of terrible things to her, as will Angus. But she gets tired, she gets afraid, and she cries a lot. But when it comes to Angus, she will attack him without provocation. We're not quite sure why. She's very aggressive toward him. And she does the full-on, I'm going to kill you dead kind of growl. And then attacks him, and then we have difficulty getting her to let go. And we don't really know what that's all about. And Angus doesn't do that to her. As you saw in the previous video, that whole constant growling and then attacking is not really attacking, the biting the air. That's kind of the extent of Angus's aggression. It's more, hey, I'm going to growl at you, and then I'm going to fake bite because that's how I roll. That's about the worst thing he does. And I know somebody commented that they need to be brushed. So if you can see the side of Angus's bib here, if you have a Pom, you need to know you're going to have to brush them every day, sometimes several times a day. I brushed Angus yesterday, and their bibs, I call this their bib. There's probably a different word for it. Yes, Mommy's touching you. Oh my goodness. Their bibs get really messy every time they drink water, eat their food, play outside. The water makes it get tangled. So you do need to brush their bib every day. And it's good to get behind their ears. You'll notice Angus doesn't have any matting back here. If you don't brush behind their ears and get the shed out from their mane, or if they have a full coat, and even their tails. You notice Angus's tail doesn't have any matting or anything like that. You have to brush your Poms really every day. So I know it looks like his bib is a mess, but it just got brushed yesterday. I have to brush it every single day. I use a slicker brush because it is gentler. Using a comb, it kind of snags and rips, whereas the slicker brush, because it's really fine, it just and same with Cara. She's a total baby when it comes to getting her brushed. She doesn't like it. She was sort of a situation when we got her as a puppy. She had a billion fleas, and she had to have daily little, the comb outs with the little flea comb, and so now she's really sensitive to being brushed, but it has to be done every day, so we use the slicker brush. And it's not that I don't brush them, it's that their bibs are just an absolute mess, and the only way I could keep up with it is if I was to brush them out every single time they ate or drank, which of course would drive them crazy, and I don't want to drive my babies crazy. So that was them behaving like good little children for a few minutes. I hope you enjoyed it.